Hello and welcome to another episode of Apolitically Incorrect Guyana. My name is Kian Jabour. This has probably been one of the worst periods, 24 hours, in this country's history. And I think what I need to start off by saying is thank God for cell phones. Thank God for social media. Can you guys imagine how much this happens without any of us seeing or knowing? Can you imagine how many children are sexually molested, raped, abused, murdered, and we hear nothing about it? We, by some miracle, was able to all witness what unfolded. And maybe the right thing to do for all that might not know is maybe just go through a very quick sequence of events that occurred within the last, 48 hours. In particular, this young Ariana, Adriana, right? This is ridiculous. She went to swim with her grandmother at a private pool at a hotel, Double D, whatever it was called. And during their outing, she went missing. And the grandmother alerted everybody. They searched, they couldn't find her. They alerted the family, etc., etc. Eventually, they alerted the hotel staff, who they explained, and bear in mind, this is hearsay. I mean, I wasn't there, and you always have to remember that. We're just going on what we saw and what was told to us. The staff, I guess half-heartedly helped. Police were eventually called. The police came, and according to the family, the police gave them very little help and actually claimed that the young lady had gotten into some black or some red Ram, like a car, a Toyota. And the family said that she's 11 years old. That's impossible. She would have never willingly gone in a car. If she is in a car, obviously she was abducted, which is the worst case scenario, which would have been at that point, the worst case scenario. And the police were not doing their searches around the hotel, seemed to be more concerned with protecting the hotel. By this time, a crowd had built. People were getting frustrated. Now, hours elapsed. The little girl was missing. And then at one point, the police just decided to tell everybody to leave the hotel. Leave, just everybody out, particularly the family, and moved everybody out of the hotel. And at this point now, we're everything on camera. While everyone was out, whatever transpired, they were allowed back in, and I'm a little unclear on that myself. I don't know how they got back in, or how long that period was that they were locked out, or they claimed to be locked out. And then when they stepped back into the poolside, there was the 11-year-old's lifeless body in the pool. Now, just to understand a little bit more, Guyanese Critic was there. I don't know, maybe Travis Chase, just whichever other news outlet, and people went live with their phones, etc. And everybody had ample time to witness that there was nobody in the pool. Now, there was nobody in the pool. There's no other way to describe this. There's no other way to explain it. There was nobody in the pool. Okay? All while they were looking for this little girl, there was nobody in the pool. We all saw that and know that. And then somehow miraculously, after they pushed the parents out, after they locked everybody out, this little girl showed up in the pool. Now, with all the police being there. Now you know that this little girl was placed there, okay? Anybody who could put anything together knows that that little girl was placed in that pool, okay? There's lots more information to still come. All right? We're not going to jump to any more conclusions. I know there's a lot of theories out there. There's a lot of people making really odd comments. They're not odd. I guess they're justified again, but let me say why this is so important. All this speculation is existing because firstly, the police gave false information about this little girl going into a red ROM, a red car. That was completely false. They claim they saw footage of it. To this day, nobody has seen no footage up to now. If they got footage, they got to show it. Again, if the little girl got into the car, how should she get back? How did her lifeless body get back to the hotel? So obviously there's misinformation here. This is what the police reported. Okay, this is their report. Now, it is important to understand that all of these issues are failings of the police. I completely understand it and agree with it. Everybody will understand that. Okay, the police failed to investigate the matter properly when they heard about it, when they got there. They failed to control the crowd. There was no sense of urgency from them, as you could tell with the videos. When they found that body, the police were standing right there. They didn't even try to help. The bodies, the police then failed to control the crowd and things escalating. The police failed to protect a crime scene because now that the hotel is burned, that's all the evidence as well. The police then failed, obviously, to protect the property. Now, I couldn't give a rat's ass about the property. Okay, I don't care. Okay, nobody cares. Furthermore, I know it's I guess it's not politically correct. That's the name of the show. I guess it's not politically correct for me to say this, but I don't know if any of you, I don't know how many of you know about, my daughter is the closest thing on the planet to me. Okay, like I would burn the world for her. I cannot imagine, like, as a parent, you can't wrap your head around it. You can't understand. I can't even feel what those parents feeling because it doesn't exist in my world, right? That level of what they could possibly, that anguish, that pain, that panic when the time came. I've never experienced it. I don't know. But you can be empathetic to it. You can understand it. And for what happened on that, the aftermath of that, I don't give anybody wrong. I'm not advocating for anything violent or bad, but I would have been 10 times worse. All right. Everything that happened there happened deservedly. Okay. And what's more important than that is this is a system that has continued to fail us. People didn't go out on that road because a child died. Okay? People die all the time. All right? That's the reality of life. Okay? And the job of the people to protect us citizens, failed and has been failing continuously since the beginning of time. Okay? It has always failed and corrupt and incompetent and politically motivated and blah, blah, blah. Okay? Get that through your head. All right? This police force didn't fail yesterday alone. This thing been failing. There are lists of people that all these organizations putting out now that are everywhere now. And their lists are getting bigger and bigger and bigger by the day. Okay? We just watched, oh my gosh, something has to be said because it just got swept under the rug, unfortunately. Again, just swept under. Who's taking accountability for that family that was murdered by that abusive husband that was let out of police custody after reports were made from the wife, etc., about her abuse? That man got out of the lockups. However, whatever the situation was, nobody protected that girl, that wife. And that man didn't just come back to kill her. That man killed the whole family. Nobody ain't got nothing to say about that failure as well. But again, the pain that everybody has witnessed and that has unfolded happens every single day in this country to somebody. Okay? And if you ain't got little contacts, if you ain't got a little pull, all right, then you left to the dogs. You left on your own. It's every man for himself. And what you saw out on that road was, again, not because of a murder, was because the system failed and those people realized that they're on their own. Them people realize is them left to protect themselves. That is what you just witnessed. And it happened 2 weeks ago in Linden. So you can't just blame over the river police. It is the police across the country. The police murder banner in Linden on camera. Luckily, there was a camera that saw it because they, again, put out a false report. They go in a man's house in Essequibo and murdered a man in his bed while he was sleeping. They had no phone or camera then, so we know. This is continuous, over and over and over and over. We see it every single day on the road. 10 cases of child molestation is reported to the police in Guyana every day. 10 cases a day of children being raped and molested. 10 a day, every 24 hours, 10. That's just what's reported. And you want to know the main reason why more things are not reported? Because nobody has confidence in the police. And they didn't just start not having confidence. Is this not a yesterday problem? This has been happening for years and years and years. Okay? Now, let's get to the actual conversation of, y'all want solutions? Because I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this very clearly. And I know everybody, does not have the same education level or exposure level. Okay? Not everybody are critical thinkers. Not everybody's minds work the same way. And this is an important one. Not everybody has the time to deal with this. They got to work. They got to survive. I get it. So it's not their job to think about these things every day, all day. So I tried to explain these things as dumb as possible. All right? I tried to dumb it down as possible. Okay? If there has been a failing system in this country over and over and over and over, you can't blame the people that work in the system. Okay? You can't blame the employees who clearly have figured out that they're allowed to do anything they want now and there's no repercussions. The man just thieved 100 kilograms of cocaine from the headquarters. The police thieved the cocaine. Last week, a policeman got catch with 100 pounds of marijuana in his trunk. The police are the criminals because they realized that they can do anything they want. Because no matter the situation, they just get away with it. There's a slap on the wrist, whatever happened, they're good to go. It's a mafia now? It's just, Brutus get catch with $100 million in cash in the floor of his office. A policeman who earning $400,000 a month. $100 million. And he orders wedding gifts. No, just on the Brutus one, because it was so public. Everybody's like, yes, he was fired and blah, blah, blah. So there's all, like, I could thief $100 million and I can get fired and everybody good. Because let me tell you something. That man didn't thief $100 million by himself. Okay? He's not in control of all the money by himself. There are other people walking in the police station that he's accountable to. So, if I run in a business, okay, and my cashier the hay, and I got a manager, and $100 million of my business money gone missing, and I catch the cashier with it, but the manager is the one that's got to sign off on everything. The manager is the one that got to do the accounting at the end of the night. Got $100 million to get thief in one day. This is obviously over a large period of time. Nobody in talking to the manager. Nobody in questioning what the people at the top do it. You tell me they don't know nothing? Even worse, if you are so ignorant that you don't even know that $100 million get thief from the police force, then you even more incompetent. They're even worse than you being criminal. Because now we're asking you, an incompetent person, to head the Guyana police force, and you ain't even know $100 million getting thief. But if you know about it, then you're an accomplice. So this is lose-lose. You gotta make up your mind. Which one is it? It's one or the other. But let's tell you, both signify that you can't run the police force. Hammering home the point that this is not the first, the second, the third, the fourth murder to go unsolved, to get swept under the rug. Okay? This has been happening every day. Paper Sharks murder. The police came out and said it's a cover-up. What happened? Nothing. Nobody talking about it. Swept under the rug. Whoa. So, if now we have a continuous issue of incompetence and corruption, whichever you want, in the police force, and nobody's being held accountable, then guess what? Probably time to look a little higher and wonder if they're involved too. Why is it that the president, who is in charge, who's the man who just signed Hickens, who on December 14th or December 19th, 2024, January, February, March, April, May we got in here now, 6 months ago, he just signed Hickens to a new contract. He just reappoint Hickens as police commissioner. This is after all these things happening for years now. So, nobody's going to question what's going on at the top? All y'all good? You want me to have the conversation here again? You want me to have the conversation here again with y'all? That this could have been any of our children? That I come here every Friday. I go and I do clips. I am involved in politics because I have realized long ago that it's every man for himself out here. And the least I can do is try to change, at least help to change the system. Because nobody is protecting my child. So I got to try and do something. I can't be with her every day. When she go to the mall, when somebody picks you up at the mall, when somebody kidnap her at the mall, when she gone with her friends or wherever. Who helping me? Who I calling? This is my point. This is the point of this whole situation. Deny this, twist or turn this shit any way you want. This has been going on. Incompetence and corruption has been going on for years. It happened on the APNU as well, just to make y'all feel better. Okay? This is not an attack on this government alone. APNU and PVP are corrupt garbage. Okay? They are the problem in this country. They are the reason we are in shit. They are the reason a child dead. Because the police could have reached there on time if they were a proper police force, if they were trained properly, if they weren't corrupt. They could have go in the house, they could have go in the hotel, they would have searched the hotel right then and there. In minutes they would have reached there because the police station around the corner. And they would have found that girl in there. Maybe she would have still been alive. I used to have the same conversation about the fire service. If they were equipped and did their job properly, the school wouldn't have burned down like that. And all them children wouldn't have dead. But nobody want to hear this. Nobody want to listen that the systems are broken and people are dying, children are dying, and nobody's held accountable. How much school burned down since the Maria Darn fire? What is happening? Nobody cares? Y'all just waiting for it to be y'all children? Because I now waiting. That's why I'm here doing this. But no, y'all ain't want to hear this because y'all, and all the people out here defending the PPP, they're nasty sons of bitches that are benefiting. So you're listening to all the PPP paying them to come and run them out to take the pressure away for themselves. Okay? Because it's them put the police there. It's the PPP put Commissioner Hickins in there. It's the PPP got the police corrupt. Because they know the police corrupt and they're doing nothing about it. They could have fired them long ago. They could have bring in international people to train them. They could have paid them better. They could have get better quality people hired. They could have equipped them better. We got more money than God. We got oil money. Way there. Building bridge. That's what y'all celebrating. But thank God we got bridge now. Too bad for the dead children. Congratulations. You all are horrible people. Keep voting for PPP and PNC. Y'all keep voting for them. Okay? Only a matter of time till it's you children. Then you're going to come and cry. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Start taking some responsibility. You want to feel emotion? You want to feel hurt? You want to feel like you should do something to change? You think things need to change? Then change the way you vote. Take these idiots out of power. Okay? Vote for anybody else. Vote for 50 different parties. I don't care. Vote for the party. You don't even know the man name who running. Spread all the power out. Okay? Because what you don't realize is PPP and PNC staying in power by themselves, unaccountable, unchecked, clearly meaning children dying, and y'all don't care. Because, what? Y'all think any police going to jail or anything happening from this story? Ha! Oh, they might get a scapegoat. No, I'm wrong about that. They can get a scapegoat. Right? One of them brown clothes can take the fall. And they can make some, oh, he was incompetent. Oh, I neglected my duties. Oh, I shouldn't have done it. I should have been more vigilant. I resign. And he can get a little payoff under the table. And all y'all can start feeling better. And guess what? Be back to square one. Okay? That's what's going to happen. All right? More children are going to die, and you out there, you are going to be responsible. And these idiots that are paid, all of that. Just so y'all, I like to remind y'all of this. All the Facebook people that y'all see defending the PPP online whole day, whole night. The PPP are the best. The PPP are the best. They've got meetings. The other day they had big meeting at convention center where all of them came in for social media training. This is their job. If you go down the comments, it's all the same people. Every week is the same people. This is their job. So when you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, look how many people are, with the PPP. No, partner. These people are paid idiots. Okay? They're not intelligent people, so their only job they can do is this, or else they can't survive. All right? All of them who defending the PPP out there, every single person you see defending the PPP out there, I promise you they're gaining. They're soup drinkers. They're collecting. All right? They're working with the government. Are they getting contracts? Or are these party members? I promise. No level-headed Guyanese don't support this bullshit anymore. And the same goes to the PNC side. Go check PNC Facebook site. There's the same idiots on their side that they've trained. They're talking and, the APNU is the better option. No. None of you are better options. The two of you are the plague of this country. The PPP and the PNC are the plague of Guyana. That's why children dying. You know how much children dead now under this PPP government? How many children? How many children is dead on the road every week? Because no proper systems in place. It's just nastiness. It's just nastiness that these stinking, nasty PPP supporters will sit down here, watch children dying, and know that is their president put these police in power, could have fired all of them, could have done clean up the system, got all the money to do it, and refused to do it. But yet y'all can still defend them. Why? Because they got bridge. Why? Because you get road in front of your house. Well, I hope the road can keep your child alive. I hope when somebody, God forbid, somebody child get kidnapped, hope it's not you own, right? Because you ain't getting no police for call, right? And then I hope you ain't gonna go public hospital, like how the poor fireman had to dead in there from negligence. We all read the mother, right? Don't let me talk about the failing rate in school, where they're keeping these children as stupid as possible. The failing rate in school is over 60% from common entrance. Failing. But they can talk about the 10 who do good. That's what y'all celebrating, that's what y'all trying to defend. People dying. Everything is about preservation of life, especially our weakest in society. The elderly and our children. Who is taking care of them? Who? Oh, we raise pension. Every year you celebrate pension. That's so sad. It's so disgusting. It's just wrong now. And you guys have to start holding yourselves accountable now. There, you is vote. It's elections year now. You is vote. Who you voting for? Who you vote for? The clown that picking mangoes and everybody, you picking mango, good for you. The clown that revving motorbike, does, and then children dying. That's what y'all proud of? That's your president? Oh, my president is the greatest. Because he's pick mango and catch it. Here you see jump on motorbike. What a good president. You guys, your brain don't work. And now we can stand up there and blame, oh, the police who didn't do their job, that's why the child dead. That child dead because the police have been incompetent for years and years and years and years and years. That's why the child dead. Also, I'd like to make mention that please, for the love of God, stop talking about, don't get caught up in this obia thing. Everybody, this child was sacrificed and, oh God, who cares? I don't care. I don't care why the child was murdered. It don't matter why the child was murdered. The child should have been protected. The child being murdered is irrelevant. Or how the child was murdered, sorry. This is crazy. Y'all, and then I'm watching now. I'm watching all of them on Facebook, and even the independent thinkers. Maybe we should put a Amber Alert system in. Maybe we should put these things in. Very, very proactive of you guys. Very, very good. Very proud of y'all. Like an ignorant, asinine system that exists all over the world that we all know about. How come you hear me screaming for it before? How long I ask you for accountability in the same studio every week? No, man, I don't want to deal with that, man. I don't like to talk about politics, man. Politics is making me uncomfortable. No, man, we shouldn't talk about politics. Why? Because you're frightened? Why? Because you're so dead poor as a joke, you can't make money else without the government? That's why you can't talk about it? Why? Because I send police to your house? But why the politicians gonna send police to your house? No, man. The politician, then if you frighten the politics, that must mean that they could do something to harm you. That must mean that they got power over you. And you're worried, well, what, they can send the police on you? But that would, wait. That would imply that they control the police. But if they control the police, and the police are incompetent and corrupt, well, I'm just trying to put two and two together here. This is y'all problem, buddy. This is y'all problem. All right? The politics in this country controls everything. I get it. Okay? I would rather live like a dog on the road and fight for my child to be safe than worry about politics and who can do something to me. Because I'd rather them come and do something to me while I'm trying to protect me child than I sit down waiting for something to happen to me child and then I helpless and then I can't do nothing. That's the difference between me, y'all. All right? I realize the system broken a long time ago. Tim and I sit down here every week and preach it to y'all. The system is broken because the politicians are corrupt and incompetent and just care about themselves and their power. They don't give a rat's ass about none of y'all. Okay? None, zero. None of we. They don't care. They just want more power. Even the ignorant party members, I didn't realize that. Because all them living like dog poor. And all they could think about is, oh, but me president love me. And things can get better, man. And oh, that's the best one. They're great at promising you things will get better. I just read it. I don't even want drift talk. I'm going to tell you all that. I just read Vice President Sewa. We can look at duties, bringing down duties on vehicles next after the election. Why we gotta wait till after the election? Why can't I look at it now? You see, it's just stupidness, and all y'all believe that. Oh, progress coming. Wait. You cannot be this. You cannot be this dumb. It's impossible. It's impossible for you not to realize the system is broken and why it's broken by now. You can't. You can't. Guyanese Look, they're talking about my mother kind of thing, you know. Oh, guys, you're hurting my feelings. Oh no, please don't be mean to me. Don't say harsh things to me, or else I can come off air. I'm gonna stop yelling at the PVP and holding them accountable because y'all talking bad about me on the internet. What I what what I would like is I'm in the process now of trying to put together a series of I'd like to show as much systems as possible that have broken down, that are failing people, that everyone has just decided to look over because we got a new bridge and 2 new highway that are horrible. GPL has failed. Oh God, GPL failed. Gaisuko failing. Gaiwa failing every single day. I see the abusing up with internet and telecommunications now. I want to talk about the police force, the healthcare system, education system. I'm trying to put it all together for y'all. I'm trying my best here to just highlight as many things as I can to show y'all that it's failing. Okay? And you're seeing the results now. And when people go on the road, now, that was it. That was the conversation. The idea now, somebody turned to me and is like, man, Guyanese are not patriotic. Guyanese don't love guys. Sorry, I did a little clip on garbage, all the garbage on the seawall that's still on the seawall from Easter. And the conversation was exactly the same, essentially. A system broke down where there are no garbage bins out on the seawall on Marriott Beach. And even if there were, as we all know, they overflowing because nobody cleaning them. Let me make this clear. The contract for maintenance of the Marriott Beach is given out by the Ministry of Public Infrastructure. Okay, not by mayor and city council. They are useless. I agree, but this is the ministry. This is the PPP government. Okay, that seawall maintenance the contract is given out by them. All right, no bins out there. Nobody cleaning when we knew thousands of people going out there to fly kites, and then 2 days later when I went out there, garbage still everywhere. It's still disgusting. Again, a contract given out by the Ministry of Public Works. Now, you're trying to, you might have got lost here because I gone from over the river story, I gone from Linden story to this. But what I'm trying to connect the dots for you guys to understand that these people ain't doing nothing. They're not doing their job. You don't get it? These people they are doing nothing. They just go out and take 2 pictures of them doing the basic, most fundamental, like primitive work possible, like building a road, which we pay taxes for, and we oil money using, and they take pictures like we should praise them. What system has been fixed? What system has gotten better? I know once in a while somebody said GRA. Well, look, yeah, it's not y'all, it's not the same PPP people hollering about who get for bringing luxury vehicles without paying the right taxes. Does not GRA fail? Does that mean GRA system fail into? How much failure? How much failure? Gold smuggling. There's no system, there's not GGMC and the government of Guyana failure to the securities, the customs, whoever. How did gold get into the country? There's not day walk for stop there? I had a conversation the other day with a foreigner, and you read this big article about praise needs to be given to the Guyana Defense Force and the organizations, and in conjunction with the DEA for finding 4 tons of cocaine. Oh my gosh, this is great. I know this is hard for y'all to understand, but the goal is not to find large amounts of drugs. The goal is to ensure that large amount of drugs are not coming into the country. That large amounts of drugs don't exist. That's the goal. The goal is not finding it. There'll always be bad people. But the job is to be proactive. Okay? The job is to stop it from happening. But when your police force thieving cocaine out to the headquarters or trafficking marijuana in the trunk, then I think we understand that the problem is probably more severe than you think. And at the end of the day, unless we start holding our government accountable, unless the right systems are put in place, unless the right people are held accountable, we will be in this shit show for a long, long time. Okay? Change your vote. Vote for someone else. Okay? Anyone else. Do better. Stop sitting there blaming the police like if the police has hired itself. Like if the police has trained itself. Like if the police are anything. Okay? Half of them can't read or write. Half of them are the criminals themselves. Stop blaming the police. We know the police are the problem. Who doing anything about it? That's my question. Who has to do something about it? Go higher. Think further. Open your mind up. Don't just stop at the police and say, oh God, we be dead here. The police bad. Whose job is it to make sure the police do their job? It is the people you voted for. That is their job to hold. We pay them to manage the police force. They work for us. We hire you to fix the police. And if you didn't fix the police, you didn't do your job. Figure that out. Figure it out. That little girl is dead because nobody's fixing the police. Because nobody's holding them accountable. More drugs are being trafficked in this country now more than ever, as you can see from the American report. Because there are no laws here. Because all of them corrupt. Because everybody who is supposed to be protecting is not doing their job. Because the one above them, the government, the ministers, the president, are not doing their job. They are not holding those people accountable. It's that simple. On that note, Robbie, I ain't going on and talk about any other issue like our vice president so lovely did yesterday at his press conference. Oh, it's a dark, dark day in this country. Oh, it's so unfortunate, blah, blah, blah. But yes, I'm not talking bad about us. But yes, y'all see the oil money that coming in. But yes, y'all see these other things, the bridge and the progress, y'all seeing these things? That's what y'all leaders is do. Children dying, getting covered up by police, and you might want to talk about politics. That is your leaders. That is the level that we at. Got shit in a bucket and wanna be gangster, blah, blah, blah. Was a scrapehead, blah, blah, blah. Part of children dying, do your work. That is what you get elected for. If you not do your work, then you get your vote out. And all of you got to know better. You got to take responsibility to vote different now. That's the only option now. All right? Other than that, we get more places burning down and more people dying. Your choice. It is on your shoulders. Okay? Change your vote or deal with this shit show. All right? And every man for himself. Robbie, I'm closing out there. On that note, guys, please try and be safe this weekend. Okay? Stay in your house. Keep your children home. I don't know what to tell y'all anymore. This is the only options y'all got. This is the country you live in. I don't care how much money you think you got. You got plenty money. Congratulations. Now what are you doing with it? Beating out the country? Congratulations. You've done nothing for Guyana. You children still gotta live here before you beat out. So what's the plan? Hope for the best. Fingers crossed. Think. Protect your children. Change the system. Hold the leaders accountable who need to fix it. They're policy makers. Their job is to make policy. What do you think their job is? Ask them why the police still corrupt after 50 years. Ask why. No? You don't want to ask why. You just want to point your fingers at some ignorant, low-life policeman who corrupt and blah, 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 that you know corrupt all the time. You already know all of this. Why telling you this for? Use your brain, buddy. Oh, God. You're a clown show. Anyways. I hope everybody has a weekend and good luck out there. Robbie, we could close it. Thanks. Take care.